Woo!
Get yourself too.
Oh. What's up? Okay.
Good thing I did it again.
What is it?
Water is fundamental to health. Water is fundamental to livelihoods.
S-A-N-C.
Water is fundamental to functioning ecosystems.
Cute.
I'm listening.
Water is fundamental to development.
No.
While abundant in many places around the world, this natural resource is increasingly scarce in other vulnerable places. Sub-Saharan Africa, home to thundering river valleys, is where most of the world's water challenges are concentrated.
I'll be remembered.
Sadly,
I
in the face
remember.
of plenty, many Africans
But
remain
look, did you see how it's
thirsty.
like that fucking word?
More than 300 million Africans.
Okay, I thought you were just saying that because it would be funny.
According to the Water Project, water is an essential thing to life, yet we still have people in developing countries searching for clean and healthy water every day. Today I'm going to tell you guys about why unsanitary water in Africa is a problem, how it impacts their health needs, how to fulfill these needs, and what the world would look like with this plan in place, and how to take action. Water contamination is one of the leading causes of death in developing nations worldwide. One of the major contributors to water contamination is sewage. So contaminated water contains microorganisms. Exposure to arsenic and fluoride, waterborne bacterial infections, and ingesting waterborne larvae also come along with contaminated water. And these all take part in killing about 1.8 million children per year. Diarrhea is contracted after coming in contact with these microorganisms. Diarrhea is usually the cause of death with this. Other diseases that are contracted may be like arsenicosis or fluorosis, cholera or typhoid disease, and guinea worm disease or intestinal worms. Physical access to water in Africa is limited. It's otherwise known as physical scarcity. So when the demand for water outweighs how much the land has to provide, it's called physical scarcity. Because Africa is usually really dry, its water supply often goes under physical scarcity. Women and young girls are often sent to find water. They sometimes walk as far as 4 miles just to find water. And these females usually carry large containers of water that often weigh up to approximately 44 pounds, according to the waterproject.org. Economic scarcity is also a giant contributor to Africans not gaining access to the clean water they need. Economic water scarcity occurs when a nation is unable to afford to use a sufficient source of water. This means that the nation is unable to clean their water effectively because they do not have the funds to buy filtering systems or import clean water from their countries. Economic water scarcity may also be a result of unequally distributed resources, and this also happens a lot in sub-Saharan Africa. So now that I've told you guys why this is a problem, I'm going to explain how we can fulfill this need. Unsanitary water causes issues in health, education, and it's also a factor in hunger. Unsanitary water causes many health problems, like I've kind of already mentioned. Half of the world's hospital beds are filled with people affected by waterborne illnesses. In third world countries, 80% of illnesses are due to unsanitary water. And 1 out of every 5 children who are under 5 years old die from these illnesses. The amount of days spent sick causes a person not to be able to work. And because most Africans are going under poverty right now, this causes a lot of stress on the families, and they stay in poverty while they're trying to get out. Education could also help Africa get out of poverty, but with unhealthy water and sanitation techniques, it's nearly impossible. I know girls, after they hit maturation, they stop going because they don't have bathrooms. And also, no clean water causes students to do poorly in school and have low attendance. Students are unable to cope with the pains of being infected by these illnesses, that they can't focus on school, like they have diarrhea or they have really bad stomach pains. Students may also skip school to fetch water for their families or to care for their families that are already sick. Teachers may also cancel class when they're sick, causing students to lose out on an education. We cannot forget that food also cannot be grown without its essential ingredient, and that's water. For example, 1 glass of milk needs 200 liters of water to be produced. Now that I've explained why Africa needs to have clean water, I'll now talk about how we can satisfy this need. So, there are many ways in which we can help Africa gain access to clean water. There are foundations that people are able to donate to that can help. Some of these foundations include the Water Project, Water for Africa, and Water Wells for Africa. These foundations raise money to get solar-powered pumps to draw water to a location and to create water filtering systems. Most of the money goes to making wells for rural areas, and people also can become active members and go to Africa to help. They're able to interact with the people and hear their stories about how they got to where they were, the struggles of like them trying to get water before we came in. We helped them. Active members are also able to take part in fundraising in the U.S. They help with marathons held by foundations. I know one of the ones that I previously mentioned, they have a specific marathon called Water for Africa Marathon. They also recruit people to give money to fundraise to help pay for things like irrigation canals. If we take action on this issue, the people of Africa's lives will be changed dramatically. There will be millions of lives that will be saved. People won't have to stop working or getting an education. This will help families who are trying to get out of poverty. Hunger rates will decrease because there will be enough water to grow more crops. Okay. So today I talked to you guys about why unsanitary water in Africa is a problem, how it impacts their health needs, how to fulfill these needs, what the world would look like with this plan in place, and how to take action. So if we help Africa, we obviously can save many lives, and we'll be able to walk away with the good feeling that we've helped people in need.
Woo! Yeah! That was good info.
Shut up. Can't.